Hey everyone, it's Mary with Mary's Stampin' Cafe. Thanks for stopping in at my Stampin' Saturday uploaded video. I'm sharing today a technique called spotlight stamping. I did a Facebook Live that you might want to watch, the link down below, for 2 spotlight cards that I created. I'll give you a little peek of them here. This is one with the Calm and Quiet host set. And then this one here with the Berry Harvest large stamp. 2 Spotlight Technique cards that are very, very nice. A little bit some coloring techniques as well that you might be interested in. So the link's below for that. And I wanted to continue and do another spotlight with you. And I love monochromatic stamping. That means color, tones of the same color. And I'm using the Scenic Wonder stamp set. This is a beautiful distinctive stamp set by Stampin' Up. I love how it's so nature oriented. There's so many different things you can do with this. And when I talk about monochromatic, I'll bring in this card sample. I think last Saturday's Saturday stamping, I focused on this card here using the Wild Wheat New 2325 in color, Copper Clay, Pebbled Path, all part of those new in colors. And you can see I'm using that Wild Wheat as the main focal of my card, even in the inks for the fonts and everything. The accessory also coordinating with that color. And so I'm going to do that again today because I just love that look, and I'm going to use the Scenic Wonders. Now I do have something special. I have a Scenic Wonders specialty class where you get this stamp set. You also get the jute in color ribbon package and supplies to make 6 fabulous cards, 2 each of 3 designs, and a bonus 7th project. Check out the link below for that because you'll want to get in on that. There's about 1 more week left to register for this class. You can do it in person or to go. You can also do just a card kit where you would get all of your supplies but not the stamp set. So let's get into the card today. I am using a piece of thick basic white cut at 5.5 by 8.5, excuse me, scored at 4.25. That's where that comes in. Now I have this beautiful designer series paper. This is Lost Lagoon in here. It is beautiful. We have a little bit of our beautiful crushed curry there. I'm using this beautiful inked botanical 6x6 designer series paper package. It belongs with the inked and tiled suite of products. And here I'll just give you a little flippy through. So you can see all those beautiful earth tones, just fabulous. I can really see a lot of great summer into fall with these papers. Oop, sorry. Went a little bit much. Oh, I see. We go from one color, or a little bit of the monochromatic, to some beautiful colors together there. There we go. And flipping through so you could see those. But I picked this piece right here because I thought it would go so well with the Scenic Wonders. And so this piece was cut at 5.25 by 4. And I'll go ahead and glue that down. Now, spotlighting technique, what's really great about that is that you are not stamping an image and then coloring everything and doing kind of that generalization all over. So for this particular card, this is an example of a card that is just, we've done our stamping, we've added a little thing here. But if we talk about where is the focal point of this card, a couple of different things. This landscape, actually the focal point is right here because you have this kind of like, it's almost like a path that's going into the distance. And this really is where the pinpoint of where your eye would be. But because I have this tree colored in that beautiful copper clay, I'm drawn to here. But then what I did is I put our wolf here, right here in front. And so I've got some balancing happening. I've got this balancing this here and then this to here to where my eye still wants to go to this path that's happening. Perspective is a just fantastic thing in the art world, and I just love how this design happened. All right, So then what I'm going to be doing is bringing this in right here. And I'm going to use this particular forest looking one. And I need my block. There we go. And now this block actually isn't quite wide enough for this, but that's okay. Now I'm going to bring in our returning color, Lost Lagoon, because again, I'm doing this in a monochromatic way. I have a piece of white that I cut 2 by 4 by 4, so it could go across like so. All right. So I'm going to bring the ink to the image. And now I want you to see how you can tell that this is a distinctive stamp. Can you see how much ink has gotten to certain parts and then less ink to others? It's just the way that the etching is on. And there you go. See how pretty that is? You've got the lighter and the darker. So now we're ready to do that. Just bringing the ink to the stamp. And I'm not stamping very hard. What happens with distinctive stamping, people tend to want to try to get this all covered evenly, and that's not going to happen with a distinctive stamp. It's supposed to look like that because you have more depth of etching into the rubber and less in other places. And it's just beautiful, the effect that you get. Look at how beautiful that is. It's just a beautiful, beautiful scene right there. All right, so we're going to set that aside. Now I have this, and because we're talking about Spotlight, I'm going to bring in my well-loved stitched squares. And we're going to come in and find some of our square here. This one, I think, is what I might want to use. We're going to have that go just like so. And then I want the next square size for it. Just like that. Now see how that's going to work? So with that, we're going to grab that. I don't want to use any of the scalloped squares. All right. So now I'm going to grab my mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. Put that together there. Now we'll go ahead and we'll do the small one first because I'm going to then use the larger square for a piece of the Lost Lagoon. I want to get those trees just like that. Now I'm going to, again, when I put my plate down, I'm going to extend that front plate forward so it's not lined right up with the bottom plate, but it's forward. There we go. And that's going to just pop right out of there just like that. Looks great. Now I'm going to bring this back in. And I'm going to grab a piece of my Lost Lagoon here, and I'm just going to tear so I can get my rectangle, or my square. Well, isn't that true? Every rectangle is a square, but not every square is a rectangle. Have you heard that before? It's a little math puzzle. All right, so then my layering square dies can go there. Put my mini back down. Now I'm going to go ahead and layer this here, and look how pretty that just looks, just like that. It'd be fun to take and do just several of those and have them coming down. Oh, that would be so nice. That's a different technique though. I don't know that that would be spotlighting anymore. It might be. Now what's interesting about this is that you might consider this not necessarily spotlighting because I'm not doing like different colors or things like that. The other two cards I shared with you had the coloring, but this is a form of spotlighting, right? Because we are spotlighting that one section. It's going to be raised up with dimensional, so our eyes are automatically going to be drawn to that. There we go. And then we just going to bring this here, look on either side and line up our hills here. You can see this line coming in. That's going to go right there. And look how pretty that is. That's looking great. I like that a lot. And so then what I want to do is bring in this stamp set here, Hope You Know, and I'm going to take the Miss You and I'm going to stamp the Miss You right there. Now I have some beautiful embellishments and accessories. We might want to take a look at what we would maybe want to add to this. Now that Lost Lagoon, my Lost Lagoon stamp pad has jumped away from me. I think I have everything all organized, and then all of a sudden I just love this color. This Lost Lagoon is so nice. There we go. You can see how pretty that is. So now as I come over, I've got this beautiful Lost Lagoon ribbon that I think would just add such a lovely border here. The other thing is we have this braided ribbon, and yes, I know it's not a monochromatic when I bring that in, but you know what? It is a natural, so it very well could be. So we're going to have this just coming like so. I would wrap my ribbon around usually, but I like the way this is just going to line right like that. And then I'm going to bring that braided trim and make sure I come right to the edge. The Stampin' Seal is very forgiving, and I like that little rough edge on it. Same thing going to happen here. And this is going to just come along just like that. So now this twine, this Naturals twine, it's kind of an interesting end to think about how are we going to adhere this down. But I just take little drops of my Tombow liquid glue, and it will hold it well. You could also use mini glue dots if you wanted to. There's also the fine liquid glue. I find with the fine liquid glue, it is going to take a long time, really long time to dry, whereas this won't take as long to dry. Oh, well, my ribbon scissors are saying no thank you. All right, so that needs to be adhered like this, just needs to be held for a little bit, but that will be beautiful. And I love just the rough edge that this has here and here. Just beautiful. So when I open up my card, I had another strip of this beautiful piece here. There it is. Let's see, give that glue time to adhere. I apologize. So then as I look at this, we have our beautiful returning color here. These are the tinsel gems. It would be very pretty to use some gems on here too, but I'm trying to keep it very natural. So then this is going to come right down here in the bottom. The Miss You is perfect for this thinking of you today on the inside, I think. Hello, friend, you are the sunshine that brightens so many of my days. Miss you, you are the sunshine. That could work too. I think I am going to do that one. I think that's pretty. This Lost Lagoon color is beautiful, and that bit of natural twine, braided twine. I just say natural. That's so funny. There we go. You are the sunshine that brightens so many of my days. So there is another Spotlight Technique card. Do check out that link below for my other Spotlight Technique Facebook Live replay video, so you can check that out. But again, you can see this is a Lost Lagoon color as well, and how pretty that turned out. And there you go. I hope you enjoyed all of these Spotlight cards. I do love this, and I love the border of that twine and the Lost Lagoon underneath. I decided to use both of those to give a good texture on that because the designer series paper has wonderful texture too. So check out the link below for my Scenic Wonders class, where you can make fabulous projects with that beautiful stamp set, distinctive stamp set. Fabulous. I also have a blog on this that tells you the other products that you will need in order to complete the projects if you're doing the to-go package. So thanks for stopping in and checking out my video. Leave a comment. Let me know what you thought of my cards today. And let me know what you'd like to see next time. And until next time, happy stampin'!